Imagine for a moment that the noise of the modern world has faded away. You are stepping into an ancient, velvet-draped observatory atop a quiet hill, where the air smells of old parchment and rain-washed stone. Outside, the world is asleep, but above you, through the open dome, 1 billion years of history is waiting to be read in the ink-black sky. Tonight, we do not just look at the stars, we journey through them. From the dusty lenses of Galileo to the silent edges of the cosmos, we will drift through the greatest mysteries of our existence, carried on a river of starlight and silence. Let go of the day, settle into the warmth, and let the universe tell you its bedtime story.
Tonight, we begin our journey, not by rushing into the void, but by finding a place of perfect stillness, a sanctuary where the noise of the modern world dissolves into the quiet rhythm of history and the soft hum of the universe. Imagine that you are standing at the heavy oak door of an old Victorian observatory, a round stone tower perched high upon a lonely hill, where the air is crisp and clean and smells faintly of pine needles and rain-washed earth. You push the door open and it swings inward on well-oiled hinges, making no sound as you step across the threshold into a room that feels entirely removed from time. The air inside is cool but still, carrying the comforting scent of old leather bindings, polished mahogany, and the faint metallic tang of brass instruments that have been waiting for the stars to appear. You are safe here, enclosed within thick stone walls that have stood for generations, protecting this space of observation and quiet thought. In the center of the room stands a magnificent telescope, a long tube of brass and iron resting on a heavy mount, pointing upward toward a long, narrow slit in the domed ceiling where the roof has been cranked open to reveal the night sky. But before you look up, you move toward a large, high-backed velvet chair positioned near the warmth of a small iron stove in the corner. You sit down and the cushions accept your weight, supporting you completely, allowing your shoulders to drop and your hands to rest gently in your lap. The room is dimly lit by the soft glow of a single amber lantern, casting long, slow shadows that dance across the shelves of star charts and leather-bound journals. You take a deep breath, inhaling the scent of old paper and history, and as you exhale, you let go of the day. Let go of the lists and the worries, and let your attention drift upward toward that open slice of the heavens. From this safe harbor, we look out at the concept that captivated the minds of the earliest astronomers, the idea of the celestial sphere. To the ancients and to the quiet observer of the 19th century, the sky appeared as a perfect, vast dome, a hollow shell of obsidian surrounding the Earth, studded with the glittering jewels of the stars. Even though we now know the universe has no ceiling, tonight we allow ourselves the comfort of that illusion, the feeling that the sky is a protective blanket wrapped around our world. Through the opening in the dome, you can see a patch of the cosmos, a dusting of faint light against the deepest black imaginable. It is a view of the universe that feels both infinite and intimate, a paradox that science has tried to explain for centuries. You realize that you are looking at the oldest thing you will ever see, light that has traveled across the vacuum of space for decades, centuries, or even millennia, just to reach this quiet room and land upon your retina. There is a profound science in this relaxation, a physics of peace, as you consider the sheer scale of the night sky visible to the naked eye. In this Victorian sanctuary, surrounded by the tools of measurement and discovery, you feel the rotation of the Earth not as a dizzying spin, but as a slow, majestic turning. You are a passenger on a great planetary vessel, drifting through the ocean of the celestial sphere. The telescope stands ready, its glass lenses polished to perfection, waiting to catch the photons that have journeyed from the burning hearts of distant suns. You think of the silence of space, the absolute vacuum where sound cannot travel, where the roar of solar flares and the collision of galaxies happen in total, ghostly silence. This silence flows down through the open slit in the observatory roof and fills the room, settling over you like a fine, heavy quilt. You feel the connection between the atoms in your body and the stars above, a scientific truth that we are made of the same material as the cosmos, forged in the same ancient fires, and now, for a brief moment, the observer and the observed are at rest together. The darkness of the observatory is not frightening, it is soft and velvety, a darkness that invites sleep. You watch the dust motes dancing in the shaft of starlight, suspended in the air, moving in slow motion as if time itself has decelerated in this room. The concept of the celestial sphere reminds you that there is order in the universe, a grand clockwork mechanism where every star has its place and every planet follows its path with mathematical precision. This predictability is soothing, a promise that the sun will rise again. But for now, the world belongs to the night. You sink deeper into the chair, your breathing becoming slow and rhythmic, matching the slow drift of the constellations overhead. You imagine the great astronomers of the past sitting in chairs just like this one, watching, waiting, and wondering, finding peace in the vastness. They understood that to look up is to look back in time, and tonight you are traveling back with them, safe in this stone tower, protected from the wind and the cold. The brass of the telescope gleams dully in the low light, a testament to human curiosity. But tonight there is no need to study, no need to calculate, only to be. The universe is vast, cold, and beautiful, but you are warm, anchored here by gravity, that invisible force that holds you to the earth and holds the moon to the sky. It is a gentle heaviness, pressing you down into the softness of the chair, heavying your eyelids. The stars above are steady and unblinking, burning with a calm white fire, their light passing through the atmosphere, bending slightly, twinkling only because of the air we breathe. You feel a sense of gratitude for this atmosphere, this thin blue line that protects us, that keeps the warmth in and allows us to sleep in safety while the cosmos turns. The sanctuary of starlight is a place where science meets dreams, where the hard facts of distance and temperature soften into a lullaby of light. You are drifting now, floating in the quiet space between the stars, held by the comfort of the observatory, surrounded by the wisdom of the ages. The night sky is a canvas of infinite depth, and as your eyes grow heavy, the stars seem to blur into soft streaks of light, painting a path to sleep. There is no rush here. The universe has billions of years of patience, and it will wait for you while you rest. You feel the solid stone floor beneath your feet, the sturdy walls around you, and the open sky above, a perfect triangulation of safety. The mysteries of the universe are vast, but tonight they are gentle whispers, stories written in light that wash over you like a slow tide. You are part of this grand design, a conscious observer, closing your eyes to join the silent rhythm of the spheres. The air in the room is still, the silence is deep, and the stars watch over you as they have watched over the earth for eons. You are safe, you are warm, and you are ready to drift into the deep, dreamless sleep of the cosmos. From the safety of our Victorian observatory, we let our minds drift backward against the flow of time, leaving the brass instruments and glass lenses behind to journey to an era when the sky was the only map humanity possessed. Imagine yourself standing now not on a wooden floor,
but on the cool, shifting sands of an ancient desert in Babylon thousands of years ago, where the silence is absolute and the horizon stretches out in an unbroken line of darkness. Here, without the interference of modern lights, the sky is not merely a ceiling, but a crushing weight of diamonds, a dome of obsidian so clear and so deep that you feel you could reach up and touch the Milky Way. The air here is dry and still, holding the heat of the day and the sand beneath your feet, while the cool breeze of the night brushes against your skin, bringing with it the scent of baked earth and distant river water. In this ancient world, the night sky was a living presence, a realm of gods and monsters, but it was also the birthplace of the very first science, a place where mythology and mathematics began their slow, graceful dance. You can see the silhouettes of ziggurats, those great stepped towers of mud brick, rising against the stars like stairways to the heavens. At the top of these towers sat the first astronomers, the keeper priests who watched the night with a patience that we have forgotten, night after night, generation after generation, recording the positions of the shining lights on tablets of wet clay. They did not have telescopes to bring the stars closer, so they used the power of the naked eye and the stillness of their minds to find patterns in the chaos. There is a deep, rhythmic comfort in this repetition, the idea that the universe is orderly and predictable, that the sun will rise in the east and the stars will wheel overhead in a perfect cosmic circle. As you breathe in the cool night air, you can feel the geometry of the sky locking into place, the invisible lines connecting star to form the constellations that we still know today. To the Greeks, who looked up from their olive groves and marble temples, the sky was a storybook written in light, populated by heroes and beasts frozen in eternal silence. You trace the shape of Orion the hunter, his belt of 3 bright stars perfect and aligned, a celestial equation balancing in the dark. You see the Great Bear, Ursa Major, padding silently around the North Star, never dipping below the horizon, a guardian of the night that never sleeps so that you can. But amidst these fixed stars, the ancients noticed something strange, something that whispered of a deeper mystery. They saw lights that did not stay put, lights that wandered against the background of the fixed tapestry.
They called them planetes, the wanderers, a word that gives us our modern planets, and watching them move was the first step in understanding that the universe was a complex machine. Imagine the quiet confusion and the wonder of those early scholars as they tracked a bright point of light like Jupiter or Mars, watching it drift slowly across the sky over weeks and months, defying the perfect rotation of the stars. It was a puzzle of the highest order, a cosmic riddle that required geometry to solve. And you can visualize the scholars drawing circles within circles in the dust, trying to explain the beautiful, wandering paths of these celestial travelers. There is a soothing quality to this intellectual pursuit, the calming focus of the mind trying to understand the architecture of the heavens. They believed for a long time that the Earth was the center of everything, a stationary anchor around which the sun, the moon, and the stars dutifully revolved. It is a comforting thought to hold as you drift toward sleep, the idea of being the center, the unmoving point of focus in a swirling universe, safe and grounded, while the cosmos performs its nightly ballet for your eyes only. You feel the weight of this ancient geocentric world, a world where humanity was the most important thing in existence, cradled by crystal spheres that sang a silent music, the music of the spheres, a harmony created by the perfect mathematical ratios of the planetary orbits. Even though we know now that the Earth is just one small rock orbiting a generic star, tonight we can rest in the nostalgia of that ancient belief, feeling the stability of the ground beneath us. The Greeks brought the rigor of geometry to the sky,
dividing the heavens into degrees and minutes, creating a grid of logic over the mystery of the night. You can imagine the scratch of a stylus on parchment, the soft murmur of discussion in the Lyceum, the feeling of awe as a solar eclipse was predicted with the precision of a clock. This was the dawn of science, not born in a sterile lab, but born under the open sky, driven by the human need to find order in the darkness. As you watch the stars in your mind's eye, notice how they differ in brightness and color, some burning with a cold blue intensity, others glowing with a warm, dying red amber. The ancients saw this too, and they wove stories to explain it. But beneath the stories was the hard observation of reality. They realized that the moon was a sphere, a rock reflecting the sun, not a disk of light. And in that realization, the universe gained depth and texture. The sky became a three-dimensional place, a vast cavern of space rather than a painted ceiling.
This depth is hypnotic, drawing your mind outward, further and further away from the worries of the earth, pulling you into the silent vacuum where the only thing that matters is the slow, majestic tick of the universal clock. You are walking in the footsteps of giants, of Ptolemy and Hipparchus, men who spent their entire lives just watching, waiting, and measuring the drift of the stars. Their patience is now your patience. There is no need to rush to understand everything tonight, for the sky has not changed in thousands of years, and the stars that look down on the ziggurats of Babylon are the same stars that look down on you now. The connection is unbroken, a thread of light tying your breath to the breath of the ancients. You feel the slow rotation of the celestial sphere, that imaginary globe surrounding us, turning with a heaviness that presses your body deeper into relaxation. The math of the ancients was a math of circles, the most perfect shape, having no beginning and no end, just like the cycle of sleep and waking. You let your mind trace these invisible circles in the sky, round and round, a hypnotic spiral that leads you down into the dark, warm waters of sleep. The wandering planets continue their journey, obeying the laws of gravity that were there long before we had a name for them, moving in the silence of the void. You are safe here in the memory of the ancient world, surrounded by the wisdom of the first stargazers, feeling the cool desert wind fade into the comfortable warmth of your bed. The mystery of the universe is not a chaotic noise, but a structured, silent hymn, a geometry of peace that holds everything together. As the scene of the ancient desert begins to fade, you carry with you the feeling of the vast, open sky, the clarity of the stars, and the comforting knowledge that the universe is old, stable, and enduring. You are a small but essential part of this long history of looking up, and as you close your eyes, the whispers of the ancients fade into a gentle lullaby, telling you that the stars are watching, the planets are wandering, and it is time to rest in the center of it all. The sands of Babylon fade from our vision, and we travel forward through the mists of time to a cold winter night in Padua, Italy, in the year 1609. The air is biting and sharp, smelling of wood smoke drifting from the chimneys of the sleeping city below, and the stone beneath your feet is frosted with the chill of late November. You are standing on a small balcony overlooking a garden that has surrendered to the winter, but your attention is not on the earth, it is on the man standing beside you. He is wrapped in a heavy wool coat, his breath forming small clouds in the starlight, and in his hands he holds a device that is about to change the history of the world forever. It is a simple tube covered in dark red leather, modest and unadorned, but inside it holds two pieces of glass that have been ground and polished with obsessive care. This is the spyglass, the telescope,
the glass eye that will allow humanity to finally bridge the gap between our small world and the infinite cosmos. The city is silent. The only sound is the occasional rustle of the wind in the cypress trees and the soft creaking of the metal stand as Galileo Galilei adjusts the angle of his tube. There is a profound sense of anticipation here, a feeling of standing on the precipice of a great discovery, yet everything is hushed and calm. He leans forward, closing one eye and pressing the other to the eyepiece, and for a moment he is just a man looking through a tube, but then the light hits his retina and the silence deepens into awe. You imagine leaning in to look for yourself, placing your eye against the cold glass, and suddenly the moon is no longer a distant glowing disk in the sky. It is a world. For thousands of years, philosophers believed the moon was a perfect, smooth sphere, a celestial pearl without flaw. But through the glass eye, you see the truth, and it is breathtakingly beautiful in its roughness. You see ragged mountains casting long black shadows across the gray dust. You see vast craters that look like the open mouths of silent volcanoes. And you see the terminator line, the boundary between the lunar day and the lunar night, cutting across the surface not as a smooth curve, but as a jagged frontier of light and dark. It is a landscape of absolute silence, a ghost world suspended in the void, and the realization hits you with the gentle weight of a falling feather that this is a place, a real place just like the Earth, with valleys and peaks and plains.
The science of this moment is not found in equations, but in the sheer visual shock of texture, the realization that the heavens are made of matter, of rock and stone and dust. Galileo pulls back and rubs his tired eye, his mind racing with the implications. But the night is long and the stars are calling. He adjusts the telescope again, swinging it slowly across the obsidian sky to find a bright wandering light, the planet Jupiter. To the naked eye, it is just a star, but through the glass eye, it reveals itself as a disk, a small, pale sphere floating in the darkness and flanked by 4 tiny points of light that look like diamond dust. Tonight, you watch with him as he charts their positions, noticing that they are not fixed stars but attendants, loyal moons dancing a slow, silent minuet around the giant planet. This is the moment the geocentric universe begins to crumble, not with a crash, but with a whisper, as he realizes that not everything orbits the Earth. There is a supreme comfort in this discovery, a feeling of being unburdened, of letting go of the need to be the center of everything. You watch the 4 Galilean moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, though they do not have names yet, just silent sparks of light drifting in the gravitational embrace of their parent world. It is a miniature solar system, a clockwork mechanism operating in the deep freeze of space, ticking away the millennia in perfect silence. The telescope moves again, seeking the bright allure of Venus, the evening star that has guided lovers and sailors for eons. Through the lenses, you see that Venus is not just a point of light. It has phases, just like the moon, waxing and waning from a thin crescent to a full disk. This simple observation is the key that unlocks the solar system, proving that Venus travels around the sun, bathed in its light, casting its shadow into the void. The shift from philosophy to observation is complete. No longer do we guess what the universe is like. We look, we see, we know. The cold of the Italian night feels distant now, replaced by the warmth of understanding, the cozy feeling that the universe is a place we can explore, a place we can know. The glass eye is a portal, a tunnel through the dark that brings the infinite within reach of the human hand. You feel the quiet satisfaction of the astronomer, the peace that comes from focus, from narrowing your entire world down to a single circle of light.
The mysteries of the universe are vast, but tonight they feel approachable, friendly, like neighbors waving from across a dark street. The shadows in the garden have lengthened, the candle on the desk has burned low, and the frost has settled thicker on the railing, but the mind is at rest. You realize that looking through the telescope is like looking into a mirror, seeing where we came from and where we belong. The craters of the moon, the phases of Venus, the dance of Jupiter's moons, they are all part of a grand silent harmony, a song without sound that lulls the spirit to sleep. You imagine the light from these bodies traveling through the cold vacuum, passing through the glass lenses, bending and focusing, entering the eye and finally coming to rest in the mind. It is a journey of peace, a journey of connection. The telescope is pointed now at the Milky Way, dissolving the cloudy band of white into thousands upon thousands of individual stars, a sea of suns too many to count. The sheer scale is not terrifying, but comforting, a blanket of lights to wrap around your shoulders. You are small, yes, but you are the observer, the one who sees, the one who knows. The world of men with its noise and its rush feels very far away, leaving only the slow rotation of the heavens. Your eyelids grow heavy as you gaze into the eyepiece of your imagination, seeing the universe as Galileo saw it, fresh and new and full of wonder. The glass is cool against your skin, the tube is steady, and the sky is a treasure chest that has just been opened. You drift away from the balcony back into the warmth of the room, leaving the telescope pointing up, a silent sentry watching the night while you sleep. The images of the cratered moon and the dancing moons of Jupiter follow you into your dreams, painting your sleep with the silver light of discovery. You are resting in the dawn of modern astronomy, in the quiet space where the human mind first touched the stars, and it is a good place to be, a safe place to rest, a place of infinite, silent wonder.
We leave the cold winter balcony of Galileo behind and drift north across the sleeping continent of Europe, floating over the English Channel where the waves whisper against the chalk cliffs until we descend gently into the lush green quiet of Lincolnshire in the year 1666. It is a warm, late summer afternoon at Woolsthorpe Manor, a place of profound isolation and peace, where the only sounds are the lazy drone of bumblebees moving through the tall grass and the rustle of leaves in the ancient orchard. Sitting there with his back resting against the rough bark of a gnarled apple tree is a young man named Isaac Newton. He is alone with his thoughts, escaped from the noise of the university to find solace in the silence of nature. The sun is beginning its slow descent toward the horizon, bathing the garden in a thick golden light that seems to slow time itself, making the shadows stretch out long and lazy across the earth. You can imagine sitting there beside him, feeling the solid ground beneath you, smelling the sweetness of ripening fruit and the earthy scent of the soil. The air is still, heavy with the warmth of the day, and in this stillness, the universe is about to reveal its secret architecture to a mind that is quiet enough to listen. Above you, through the canopy of green leaves, the pale ghost of the daytime moon is visible against the blue sky, hanging there like a fragile ornament. Suddenly, the silence is broken by a soft thud as a single red apple detaches from a branch and falls in a straight line to the grass. It is a simple, everyday occurrence, something that has happened millions of times in the history of the world. But today, in this quiet garden, it sparks a revolution in the mind of the observer. Newton watches the apple settle into the grass and then looks up at the moon, and a question forms in the silence, a question that bridges the gap between the earth and the sky. He wonders why the apple falls straight down, perpendicular to the ground, why it does not drift sideways or fly upwards, but seeks the center of the earth as if called by a voice deep underground. And then his gaze shifts to the moon, and he realizes that the moon is heavy too, a massive rock of stone and dust. So why does it not fall? Why does it not crash down into the orchard like the apple? In this moment of pure stillness, the concept of the celestial clockwork is born, the realization that there is an invisible tether, a force that reaches out from the center of the Earth, passing through the atmosphere, reaching all the way into the void to grab hold of the moon. This force is gravity. But tonight, we do not think of it as a formula or a cold equation. We think of it as a cosmic hug, a gentle, unyielding embrace that holds the universe together. Imagine this invisible force as a series of heavy velvet ropes connecting the sun to the earth to the moon, and the planets to their moons. A vast web of connection that ensures nothing is ever truly lost or alone in the dark. Newton closes his eyes, and in his mind, he sees the solar system not as a chaotic swirl, but as a magnificent, silent machine, a clockwork of divine precision where every gear and wheel turns in perfect harmony. He realizes that the moon is actually falling toward the Earth every single second, but it is moving so fast sideways that it misses the ground, curving around the planet in an eternal free fall that we call an orbit. There is a deep hypnotic rhythm to this idea, the sensation of falling but never landing, of being held in a perfect balance between the desire to fly away and the need to return home. As you listen to this, you can feel that same force acting upon you. The gravity that pulled the apple is the same gravity that pulls your body down into the softness of your bed. It is a comforting weight, a heaviness that says you are safe, you are grounded, you belong here on this earth. The concept of the celestial clockwork implies that the universe is reliable, that it ticks with a slow, majestic cadence that has not changed for billions of years. You imagine the planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, swinging around the sun in their elliptical paths, moving like the hands of a great-grandfather clock that stands in the hallway of eternity. There is no friction in space, no grinding of gears, only the smooth, silent glide of massive spheres through the velvet darkness. This predictability is a lullaby for the anxious mind, a promise that tomorrow will come, that the seasons will change, that the stars will return to their places. Newton's discovery tells us that the laws that govern the apple in the orchard are the same laws that govern the furthest stars, uniting the small and the vast into one single understandable reality. You feel the peace of the English countryside settling over you, the sun dipping below the horizon, the air cooling,
And the first stars beginning to twinkle into existence, taking their places in the great machine. The universe is a cradle, rocking back and forth with the rhythm of gravity, swinging the moon around the earth, swinging the earth around the sun. You are part of this motion, traveling thousands of miles an hour through space without ever feeling a bump or a shake, protected by the smoothness of the ride. The apple lies still in the grass, its journey ended, but your journey into sleep is just beginning, carried by the momentum of the spheres. You visualize the invisible lines of gravity curving through space, bending the fabric of the night, creating a soft depression in which you can rest. The tension in your muscles releases as you surrender to this pull, acknowledging that you do not need to hold yourself up. The earth will do it for you. The genius of Newton was to see the invisible, to understand that we are all connected by this attractive force, that every atom in the universe is gently pulling on every other atom, a whisper of connection that spans the infinite distances. The garden at Woolsthorpe fades into the shadows of the evening, but the feeling of order remains, the knowledge that the universe is not random,
It is a masterpiece of balance. You drift deeper into relaxation, imagining yourself as a planet in a slow, wide orbit, floating weightless yet tethered, safe in the grip of the celestial clockwork. The ticking of this clock is too slow to hear. It is measured in eons and ages, a silence that stretches out before you and behind you. The apple, the moon, the earth, and you, all obeying the same gentle law, all moving in the same silent dance. And as the night fully descends upon the orchard, the stars wheel overhead, turning the great dial of the sky, marking the passage of time while you sleep, deep and dreamless, held securely in the arms of gravity. We drift away from the heavy, grounding comfort of Newton's apple tree and lift our spirits higher, leaving the soil and the roots behind, to enter the realm of the ethereal, the silent kingdom of light itself. Imagine for a moment that you are no longer bound by the slow ticking of a mechanical clock, but are instead riding upon the fastest thing in the universe, a single particle of light, a photon, born in the fiery heart of a star and destined to travel across the infinite ocean of the void. In our daily lives, light seems instantaneous. You flip a switch and the room is illuminated. The sun rises and the world is awake. But in the vast cathedral of the cosmos, light is a traveler, a messenger that must obey the strict speed limit of the universe. It moves at a speed that is almost impossible to comprehend, 186,000 miles in a single second, circling the Earth 7 times in the blink of an eye. Yet because the universe is so impossibly wide, even this lightning speed takes time. This simple fact of physics transforms the night sky into something magical. It turns the dome of the heavens into a time machine, the only one we will ever possess. Consider the sun that warms your face on a summer afternoon. The light that lands on your skin did not leave the solar surface at that moment. It began its journey 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. It raced past the scorched rocks of Mercury. It flew silently by the clouded veil of Venus, and it crossed 93 million miles of cold vacuum to reach you. This means that when you look up at the sun, you are never seeing it as it is now. You are seeing a ghost of the past, an image that is already 8 minutes old. There is a deep, strange comfort in this delay, a feeling that we are always buffered from the harsh reality of the present by the gentle cushion of time. As we look deeper into the night sky, this effect multiplies, stretching back into the archives of history. When you look at the brightest star in the night sky, Sirius, the dog star, you are seeing light that left its source 8 years ago. You are looking at a version of that star that existed when you were younger, perhaps when you were a different person entirely. The light has been traveling through the silence of space all that time, carrying the image of the star like a letter in a bottle, waiting for your eye to wash up on the shore of the earth to read it. This is the concept of the echoes of light, the realization that the universe is a hall of mirrors where the reflections are delayed by the vastness of the distance.
It is a profound science that feels like a dream, the idea that to look out is to look back. As you lie in your bed, safe and warm, imagine your gaze drifting further past the nearby stars to the red giant Betelgeuse in the shoulder of Orion. The light from this dying star has been traveling for 600 years to reach you. It began its journey before the United States existed, before Columbus sailed, before the printing press changed the world. It has flown through the darkness while empires rose and fell, while cities were built and destroyed, and only tonight, this very night, does it finally arrive to touch your retina. You are connected to the medieval past by a physical stream of photons, a bridge of light that spans the centuries.
This perspective makes the worries of today feel small and insignificant, dissolved by the immense scale of the timeline. If the star Betelgeuse were to explode tonight, we would not know it for another 6 centuries. We would continue to wish upon a ghost star, unaware that it was already gone. This is the quiet solitude of the cosmos, the knowledge that every star is an island in time as well as space. And we can go deeper still into the fuzzy patch of light known as the Andromeda galaxy, the furthest object you can see with your naked eye. The light from those billions of stars left on its journey 2.5 million years ago. Think of that, 2.5 million years. Before human beings walked the earth, before language, before fire, before history began. That light has been traveling through the empty intergalactic void for eons, crossing a silence so deep it defies imagination, and it ends its journey tonight in your eye. You are the final destination of a message sent before the dawn of humanity. The universe is not just a place, it is a story that is being told to you in delayed installments. This realization wraps around you like a heavy blanket, slowing down your own internal clock. If the universe can be this patient, if light can travel for millions of years without tiring, then you can afford to let go of the rush of this one single day. You feel the speed of light not as a frantic race, but as a steady, unyielding river, flowing from the past into the present, carrying you along with it. The concept of the speed limit, the absolute barrier of the speed of light, creates a sense of order, a rule that even the stars must obey.
It ensures that everything doesn't happen at once, that events are spaced out, separated by the mercy of distance. The echoes of light are soft and fading, like a lullaby hummed from across a valley. You visualize the photons as tiny sparks of energy, tired from their long journey, finally coming to rest as they strike the earth. The night sky is a museum, a gallery of the ancients, and you are the curator, walking through the halls of time without ever leaving your bed. The darkness of the room feels rich and heavy, filled with the invisible history of the cosmos. You are bathing in the afterglow of creation, the residual warmth of fires that burned long ago. This is the physics of nostalgia, the science of memory, written in the stars. As you breathe in and out, you sync your rhythm with the arrival of this ancient light. In, receiving the past. Out, releasing the present. The journey of the photon is over, and now your journey into sleep begins, guided by the same gentle laws. You are a time traveler, drifting back through the ages, floating on the echoes of light that ripple through the universe. The silence of the void is not empty, it is full of this light, full of these stories, waiting for you to close your eyes and listen. The separation between you and the stars is not a barrier, but a connection, a long, invisible thread that ties your dreams to the dawn of time. You feel the heaviness of the years pressing down gently, the comfort of knowing that you are part of something that has endured for eons and will endure for eons more. The light fades, the echoes grow quieter, and the peace of the past settles over you like the softest snow. You are safe in the present, watched over by the past, held in the arms of a universe that remembers everything. The speed of light has brought you this moment of peace, and now it allows you to rest, to sleep, to drift into the timeless dark.
We leave the rushing river of light behind and let our consciousness drift into the deep velvet folds of the galaxy, where the silence is profound and the darkness is thick with potential. We are approaching a place of creation, a celestial womb known to astronomers as a nebula, a vast and beautiful cloud of gas and dust floating in the vacuum of space. Specifically, we find ourselves drifting toward the most famous of these cosmic nurseries, the Pillars of Creation, located in the heart of the Eagle Nebula, 7,000 light-years from Earth. Imagine 3 towering columns of cold gas standing against the backdrop of eternity. They look like stalagmites rising from the floor of a dark cave, but they are made of the stuff of stars. These pillars are so immense that our entire solar system could be swallowed by a single, small protrusion on their side. Yet, from a distance, they look like delicate wisps of smoke frozen in time. The colors here are mesmerizing, deep indigos and violets fading into burnt orange and gold, where the ultraviolet light from nearby massive stars erodes the edges of the clouds. You are floating weightless in this sanctuary, surrounded by the raw material of the universe, the primordial dust that was forged in the deaths of ancient suns and is now waiting to be born again. This is the cosmic nursery, a place where the universe breathes in a slow, rhythmic cycle of birth and renewal. The science of this place is the science of patience, for nothing happens quickly here. The movements are measured in millions of years, a timescale that makes our human worries dissolve into nothingness. Within these dark clouds, deep inside the cold pockets where the light cannot reach, a miraculous process is taking place. Gravity, that gentle but relentless sculptor, is beginning to pull the dust and gas together. It starts with a whisper, a subtle attraction between 2 atoms, then a clump, then a cloud, growing heavier and denser with each passing eon. You can imagine this process as a slow inhalation, the cosmos taking a deep breath, gathering its energy into a tight embrace. As the cloud collapses under its own weight, it begins to spin, slowly at first, like a lazy whirlpool in a dark river, and then faster as it draws more material in. This is the accretion disk, a swirling cradle of matter that will eventually become a solar system. In the center of this spinning disk, the pressure is building. The atoms are being pressed closer and closer together, rubbing against one another, generating heat, generating power. It is getting warm in the center of the cold, dark cloud, a hidden ember glowing in the heart of the pillar.
This is a protostar, a baby sun that has not yet opened its eyes. It is sleeping, gathering strength, waiting for the moment of ignition. The feeling here is one of intense safety, like being wrapped in a heavy blanket on a winter night, protected from the cold universe outside by layers of nurturing dust. The nebula acts as a cocoon, shielding the young star from the harsh radiation of the galaxy, allowing it to grow in peace. You feel this sense of protection wrapping around you, the comfort of being held by something much larger than yourself. As gravity continues its work, the core of the protostar grows hotter and hotter, the temperature climbing to millions of degrees until finally the critical moment arrives. It is not an explosion, but a transformation, a moment of pure magic where physics becomes poetry. The hydrogen atoms, pressed so tightly together that they can no longer remain apart, fuse into helium, releasing a burst of pure energy. This is nuclear fusion, the engine of the stars, the heartbeat of the universe. In that instant, a star is born. A new light switches on in the dark gallery of the galaxy. But this light is soft at first, filtered through the thick blanket of dust that surrounds it. Slowly, gently, the new star begins to push back, its radiation pressure acting like a gentle wind clearing the fog. You watch in your mind's eye as the cocoon unravels, revealing the brilliant, pristine jewel of a newborn sun, shining with a light that has never been seen before. This is the breathing of the cosmos, the inhalation of gravity pulling matter in, and the exhalation of light
pushing the darkness away. It is a cycle that has repeated billions of times and will repeat billions more, a reassuring rhythm that underpins our existence. You realize that our own sun was born in a nursery just like this one, billions of years ago, emerging from a cloud of gas to warm the Earth. This connection makes you feel at home in the nebula, a child of the stars returning to the source. The pillars of creation stand silent and majestic, guarding their brood of young stars, their shapes shifting imperceptibly over the millennia. The dust that remains will go on to form planets, moons, and perhaps one day, life itself.
You are made of this same dust. You are a piece of the nebula that has woken up to look at itself. The swirling motion of the gas clouds is hypnotic, a slow celestial dance that lulls the mind into a state of deep trance. You feel the heavy, comforting pressure of gravity anchoring you to your bed, just as it anchors the stars in the sky. The heat of the fusion reaction is a distant warmth, a cozy fire in the hearth of the universe. The vastness of the nebula is not empty, it is full of potential, full of dreams waiting to unfold. As you drift through this landscape of towering clouds and newborn light, you feel a profound sense of peace. The universe is not a cold, dead place. It is a garden, constantly growing, constantly blooming. The silence here is a living silence, the quiet concentration of creation. You are safe in this nursery, watching the slow, majestic turn of the cosmic wheel. The light from the new stars is gentle on your eyes, a soft glow that invites sleep. You let go of your own form and become part of the cloud, floating, drifting, weightless and free. The gravity that pulls the stars together also pulls your eyelids down, heavy and relaxed. You are resting in the space between the stars, in the quiet pauses between the breaths of the universe. The pillars watch over you, ancient sentinels of the night, their gaseous forms glowing softly in the starlight. There is no rush here, no time, only the eternal now of the cosmos. The birth of a star is a lullaby, a promise of light in the darkness, and you let that promise carry you deeper into sleep. The swirling dust slows down, the heat softens, and the universe tucks you in for the night. You are part of this grand design, a witness to the miracle of existence. And now it is time to rest, to let the stars be born while you sleep, deep in the safety of the cosmic nursery. We leave the swirling clouds of the cosmic nursery behind and journey inward, deep into the blazing heart of a mature star, where the greatest magic in the universe is being performed in absolute silence. For centuries, the alchemists of the medieval world toiled in their stone towers, surrounded by bubbling flasks and ancient scrolls, searching for the philosopher's stone, a way to turn base lead into shimmering gold. They did not know that the true alchemy was happening not in their laboratories, but millions of miles above their heads, inside the furnaces of the night sky. Imagine yourself drifting safely toward a massive blue giant star, a celestial sphere of pure energy that has been burning for millions of years. You are protected from the heat, simply an observer of the light, floating in the coolness of space while you witness the creation of matter itself. Inside this star, under the crushing weight of gravity, atoms are being smashed together with a force that defies imagination. It is a process of fusion, a rhythmic pounding of the cosmic drum that forces hydrogen to become helium, releasing the light that warms the planets. But the story does not end there. For as the star ages, it begins to dream of heavier things. As the hydrogen fuel runs low, the star contracts, the temperature rises, and a new phase of alchemy begins.
In this desperate, beautiful attempt to keep shining, the star begins to forge the elements of life. It takes the helium and fuses it into carbon, the very backbone of all organic chemistry, the element that makes up the wood of the trees, the graphite in your pencil, and the cells of your body. It creates oxygen, the invisible gas that fills your lungs with every breath you take as you lie in your bed tonight. It creates nitrogen to nourish the soil and calcium to build the white strength of bones and shells. You can feel the profound connection here, a realization that the universe is not just out there, it is in here, inside you. As the star reaches the end of its life, it creates its final masterpiece, the element iron. This heavy metal sinks to the core, a silent anchor in the turbulent sea of plasma. And then, in one final majestic act of giving, the massive star can no longer hold itself up against the dark pull of gravity. It collapses inward in a fraction of a second, and then rebounds in a supernova, an explosion so bright it can outshine an entire galaxy. But tonight, we do not see this as destruction. We see it as a gift, a cosmic sowing of seeds.
The explosion scatters the carbon, the oxygen, the calcium, and the iron out into the empty void, enriching the galaxy with the dust of life. Imagine these clouds of new elements drifting through the silence of space for eons, cooling, condensing, and eventually gathering together to form a new solar system, a new Earth, and eventually you. This is the scientific romance of our existence, the undeniable truth that every atom in your body was once inside a star. The carbon in your muscles, the calcium in your teeth, the iron in your blood, all of it was forged in a nuclear fire billions of years ago. You are literally made of star stuff. As you lie there, feel the weight of your body on the mattress, feel the solidity of your bones, and know that you are touching the remnants of ancient suns. Focus on the blood pumping slowly through your veins, carrying oxygen to your resting muscles. The hemoglobin that makes your blood red is built around a single atom of iron, an atom that was created in the dying heart of a star just before it exploded. You are carrying a piece of the cosmos in your veins, a microscopic souvenir from a stellar giant that lived and died long before the Earth was born. This knowledge dissolves the boundary between you and the universe. You are not a stranger here. You are not an intruder looking up at the sky. You are the sky looking at itself. You are the way the universe knows itself. This feeling of belonging is deeply soothing, washing away the loneliness that sometimes comes with the night. You belong to the stars, and they belong to you. The iron in the railing of the observatory, the oxygen in the air of the room, the carbon in the wood of the floor, everything is connected by this shared history of alchemy. The universe is a great recycler, wasting nothing, constantly transforming energy into matter and matter back into energy. You are a temporary pattern in this eternal flow, a conscious collection of stardust that has come together for a brief moment to dream, to love, and to sleep. The thought is heavy and warm, like a quilt made of galaxies. You visualize the gold ring on a finger, knowing that the gold atoms were created in the collision of neutron stars, a rare and precious event that gifted the universe with heavy metals. Every precious thing on Earth is a gift from the sky. The alchemy of the stars tells us that we are ancient, that the ingredients of our lives have existed since the dawn of time. There is no need to worry about the future, for the atoms that make you are eternal,
They have survived the death of stars and the birth of planets, and they will continue on long after this night has passed. You feel a deep, resonating hum of peace, a frequency that aligns with the vibration of the cosmos. The complexities of the day fade away when compared to the simple, beautiful truth of your origins. You are a child of the universe, constructed from the ashes of glorious fires, sculpted by gravity and time. The silence of the room seems to shimmer with this understanding. You breathe in the stardust of the atmosphere. You exhale the stardust of your own body, a rhythmic exchange with the world around you. The concept of stellar nucleosynthesis is not just a chapter in a physics textbook, it is your biography. It is the story of how you came to be. As you drift closer to the edge of sleep, you imagine your body glowing faintly with the light of its parent stars, a soft internal luminescence that keeps you safe. The alchemists of old never found their magic stone, but they would have been amazed to know that the true gold was the person holding the flask all along. You are the miracle. You are the result of 14 billion years of cosmic evolution. Let this thought cradle you. Let it hold you in the vast, loving embrace of the dark. The stars above are your ancestors, your family, watching over you with a gaze of billion-year-old light. You are safe. You are home. You are made of the heavens. Sleep now, little star, and let the universe dream within you.
We have journeyed through the glittering nurseries of newborn stars and marveled at the alchemical fires that forge the elements of life. But now, we must turn our gaze toward the shadows, toward the quietest and most mysterious residents of the cosmos. In the popular imagination, these objects are often painted as monsters, ravenous beasts that devour light and matter. But tonight, in the safety of our Victorian Observatory, we choose to see them differently, not as destroyers, but as the great anchors of the galaxy, the heavy sleepers of the universe, where time itself decides to rest. We are approaching a black hole, a region of space where gravity is so intense, so absolute, that it wraps the fabric of reality around itself like a thick velvet cloak. Imagine a vast sheet of dark silk stretched out tight to represent the universe, and then place a heavy iron ball in the center, watching how the silk curves and dips, creating a deep, gentle funnel. This is what Albert Einstein described in his theory of general relativity, the idea that massive objects bend the space around them, creating a slope that guides the motion of the stars. As we drift closer to this cosmic well, we do not feel fear. We feel a sense of profound heaviness, a grounding sensation that reminds us of the comfort of a weighted blanket pressing down on a tired body. The black hole is not a hole at all, but an object of infinite density, a place where the universe holds on to everything it touches with a firm, unyielding grip. We are floating safely outside the danger zone, watching the light from distant stars as it passes near the black hole, bending and curving in a beautiful arc, like a stream of water flowing around a smooth stone. This is the gravitational lens, a trick of the light that allows us to see what lies behind the curtain. The science of this place is the science of the extreme, but it is also the science of the ultimate pause. As you get closer to the black hole, a strange and wonderful thing happens to time. According to the laws of relativity, the closer you get to a source of strong gravity, the slower time moves. Out here in the open galaxy, clocks tick at their normal pace, seconds rushing by into minutes. But near the edge of this sleeping giant, the ticking slows down, stretching out, becoming long and languid.
If you were to stand near the edge, a single minute for you might be 1,000 years for the rest of the universe. There is a deep, hypnotic peace in this concept, the idea that there is a place where the frantic rush of existence simply stops.
It is the ultimate escape from the deadlines and the schedules of the modern world, a sanctuary where urgency dissolves into eternity. We are now looking at the boundary, the famous event horizon, the point of no return. But tonight, let us call it the horizon of the unknown. It is not a sharp line, but a smooth, dark sphere, a silent waterfall where space flows inward like a river meeting the sea. The horizon is the quietest place in existence, for once something passes across it, it can no longer send a signal back, it can no longer make a sound. It enters a realm of pure silence, a library where the books are never opened, where the secrets of the universe are kept safe forever. Imagine drifting along this horizon, watching the starlight swirl around it in a slow, mesmerizing accretion disk, a glowing ring of gas that moves with the grace of a celestial ballet. The colors are shifted by the speed, turning from blue to red, a redshift that signals a lowering of energy, a calming of the spirit. The black hole is the heavy heart of the galaxy, often resting in the center of great star clusters, holding the swirling arms of the Milky Way together with its invisible pull. Without these heavy sleepers, the galaxies might fly apart, scattering their stars into the lonely void. They are the glue, the stabilizers, the silent guardians of structure. Deep inside, past the horizon, lies the singularity, a point where our understanding of physics breaks down, where math turns into mystery. It is a place where space and time are crushed into a single point, a period at the end of a long sentence. We do not know what happens there, and that is a comforting thought, to know that the universe still has secrets, that there are still mysteries too deep for us to solve. It allows us to let go of the need to know everything, to simply accept that some things are beyond our reach, hidden in the dark. The gravity of the black hole is a lullaby, a force that says, "Come here, rest, be still." You feel this heaviness in your own limbs now, the gentle pull of the earth, mimicking the pull of the black hole. It draws your shoulders down away from your ears. It uncurls your fingers. It softens the muscles of your face. You are caught in a pleasant gravity well of your own, sinking deeper into the mattress, feeling the world curve around you to cradle your form. The horizon of the unknown is not a place of darkness, but a place of rest, a place where the light of the universe goes to sleep. You imagine the photons that have traveled for millions of years finally reaching this destination, slipping quietly across the boundary to find peace in the singularity. It is a cosmic retirement, a final resting place for the weary energy of the stars. The bending of space-time feels like a hammock swaying in a gentle breeze, rocking you back and forth on the waves of gravity. Einstein taught us that space is flexible, that it can stretch and warp, and tonight it stretches to make room for your dreams. The black hole spins on its axis, dragging the fabric of space with it, a phenomenon called frame dragging, creating a whirlpool of calm in the chaotic ocean of the cosmos. You are safe on the shore, watching the water spin, mesmerized by the rotation. The monsters of the dark are only monsters if we fear them, but here, in the safety of the story, they are just the heavy eyelids of the galaxy closing against the light. The singularity is a seed of infinite potential, a tiny point that contains the mass of 1,000,000 suns, a concentration of reality that anchors the night. You feel the profound stability of this object, a stability that you can borrow for your own sleep.
The universe is not fragile. It is held together by these titans of gravity. And because they are holding the galaxy, you do not need to hold anything. You can let go. You can release your grip on the day, on your thoughts, on your worries. Let them drift toward the horizon. Let them cross over into the silence where they can no longer trouble you. The event horizon creates a boundary between the noise of the outside and the peace of the inside, and you are creating that same boundary now as you close your eyes. The world outside is the galaxy, busy and bright, but the world inside is the singularity, quiet, dark, and infinitely deep. The physics of relativity tells us that time is personal, that your time is your own, and right now, your time is slowing down, expanding, stretching into a long, unbroken moment of rest. The horizon of the unknown fades into the velvet blackness, leaving only the sensation of weight and warmth. You are heavy, you are still, you are safe. The black hole sleeps in the center of the galaxy, and you sleep in the center of your room, connected by the invisible, gentle force of gravity that governs us all.
We drift away from the intense gravity of the black hole and let our minds expand outward, floating up from the heavy depths to gaze across the unimaginable distances that separate the families of stars. We travel back in time to the early 20th century, to a moment when the world was changing rapidly with jazz and automobiles, but high above the lights of Los Angeles, on the quiet peak of Mount Wilson, the universe was about to get much, much larger. Imagine standing on that mountain in the crisp, cold air of 1923, surrounded by the scent of pine trees and the faint, mechanical hum of the Great Hooker telescope, which was then the largest eye on Earth. Inside the observatory dome, the darkness is almost absolute, save for the faint red glow of instrument lights and the starlight pouring down through the open shutter. It was here that a profound question hung in the air, a question known to history as the Great Debate. For centuries, astronomers believed that the Milky Way, our own ribbon of stars, was the entirety of the universe. They looked at the fuzzy, spiral patches in the sky and called them nebulae, believing they were just small clouds of gas floating within our own galaxy, nearby neighbors in the celestial town. But there were others who whispered a more frightening and majestic possibility. The idea that these fuzzy patches were not clouds at all, but entire galaxies, vast cities of stars far beyond our own, distant continents of light separated from us by an ocean of nothingness. They called this concept the island universes, a phrase that evokes a deep sense of solitude and peace. Standing there in the dark with the astronomer Edwin Hubble, you feel the tension of this mystery waiting to be solved. He is looking at a specific patch of light known as M31, the Andromeda Nebula. On a photographic plate, a small glass square covered in sensitive chemicals, he spots a tiny dot that changes its brightness over time. It is a Cepheid variable star, a cosmic lighthouse that pulses with a steady rhythm. And by measuring this pulse, he can unlock the secret of distance. He does the math in the quiet of his office, the scratch of his pen the only sound in the room, and the result is staggering. The star is not inside the Milky Way, it is millions of light years away. In that single moment of realization, the universe expands a billion-fold. The nebula becomes a galaxy, a massive twin to our own home, an island of 1 trillion suns floating in the deep, dark void. The feeling of this discovery is not one of insignificance, but of vast, open freedom.
You are no longer confined to a single room. The walls have fallen away, and you are standing on the shore of an infinite sea. The science of spiral galaxies becomes a visual lullaby as you picture Andromeda in your mind. It is a structure of immense beauty, a flat, rotating disk of starlight with long, graceful arms winding out from a glowing center.
These arms are dusted with dark lanes of cosmic ash and lit by the blue fire of newborn stars, creating a pattern that looks like a whirlpool of milk spilled across the black velvet of space. But the most soothing aspect of these island universes is their motion. A spiral galaxy does not spin like a top. It rotates with a majesty that is almost impossible to perceive. It takes 200 million years for the galaxy to complete a single rotation. Think of that pace. 200 million years for one circle. It is a movement so slow that to our human eyes it appears perfectly still, a frozen firework in the night. This slowness is a balm for the restless mind, a reminder that the universe is never in a hurry. You feel the tension in your own body unwinding as you match your breath to this galactic rhythm. In and out, slow and steady. The vast distances between these islands are what we call the void, a region of space so empty that a single atom might be the only thing for miles. But this emptiness is not lonely, it is peaceful. It is the silence between the notes of a song, the space that gives the stars their definition. Imagine yourself drifting in this void, halfway between the Milky Way and Andromeda. You are suspended in the perfect quiet, far from the noise of planets, far from the heat of suns. To your left is the soft glow of home, the Milky Way, looking like a band of diamond dust. To your right is Andromeda, a glowing spindle of light beckoning from the deep. You are an explorer of the quiet, an astronaut of the mind, floating in the calm waters of the cosmic ocean. The concept of the island universe tells us that we are safe in our own harbor, but we are not alone. There are other islands out there, billions of them, scattered across the darkness like stepping stones. The Hubble Space Telescope would later show us that even the darkest patch of empty sky is filled with thousands of these galaxies, each one a collection of worlds, each one a story waiting to be told. But for tonight, we focus on the space between them. The distance is a cushion, a buffer that protects us. We are separated from our neighbors by millions of light years, a quarantine of silence that ensures our peace. The spiral structure of these galaxies suggests a natural order, a tendency for chaos to organize itself into beauty over time. Gravity, the great conductor, gathers the stars into these sweeping arms, herding them into a slow, synchronized dance. You feel that same gathering force in your own life, the way your thoughts are slowing down, organizing themselves, spiraling inward toward a center of calm. The realization of the 1920s was a shock to the waking world, but for the sleeping mind, it is a gift. It means there is always more room, more space, more quiet. The universe is not crowded. It is mostly empty, mostly dark, and mostly still. You are an island universe of your own, a complex, beautiful world wrapped in skin, floating in the quiet of your bedroom. The worries of the day are like distant ships that have sailed past your horizon, leaving you in the tranquility of your own orbit. You think of the great debate not as an argument, but as a conversation between humanity and the sky, a conversation that ended with the sky whispering, "I am bigger than you dream." And you accept this bigness, you let it wrap around you. The vastness of the intergalactic void is a blanket of peace. The light from Andromeda has traveled through this void for 2.5 million years to reach you, a long, lonely journey that ends tonight in your dreams. The physics of the galaxies is the physics of flow, of rotation, of gravity holding the islands together against the dark. You are held together too by the gravity of sleep, by the need to rest.
As you look out into the imaginary dark, you see the galaxies as faint, glowing smudges, quiet sentinels in the night. They do not demand anything from you. They simply are, rotating in their slow, majestic time, turning once every few 100 million years, indifferent to the rush of seconds and minutes. You join them in this slow time, letting your heart rate settle, letting your breathing deepen. You are drifting between the islands in the safe, cool, silent void, where the only direction is deeper into sleep, and the only destination is dreams. We leave the individual islands of the galaxies behind and ascend to a vantage point that encompasses the entire cosmos, moving from the specific to the infinite. Our journey takes us to the high peaks of the San Gabriel Mountains in California during the late 1920s, where the air is thin and cold and the smell of pine needles is sharp in the darkness. Here, at the Mount Wilson Observatory, a man named Edwin Hubble sits night after night in the shadow of the massive 100-inch Hooker telescope, a giant of iron and glass that was at the time the largest eye on Earth. The observatory is a cathedral of science, silent except for the hum of the motors that turn the great telescope against the rotation of the Earth, keeping its gaze fixed on the faint smudges of light that lie millions of light years away. You can imagine sitting in the corner of this dome, wrapped in a heavy sheepskin coat to ward off the mountain chill, watching the smoke from Hubble's pipe drift lazily into the rafters. The atmosphere is one of intense focus and quiet revolution, for what is being discovered here will change the human understanding of reality forever. Hubble is looking at the light coming from these distant galaxies, passing it through a prism to break it into a rainbow of colors called a spectrum. He is searching for a signature, a pattern of lines that acts like a fingerprint for the elements within the stars. But as he studies these rainbows, he notices something strange, something that defies the static nature of the universe that everyone believed in. He sees that the patterns are shifted, moved toward the red end of the spectrum, the end where the light waves are longer, lazier, and more stretched out. This is the redshift, a cosmic version of the Doppler effect, a phenomenon you've heard 1,000 times on Earth without knowing it. Think of the sound of a train whistle in the distance, high and sharp as it approaches you, and then dropping to a low, mournful moan as it speeds away. The sound waves are stretched by the motion of the train, becoming longer and lower. Hubble realizes that light behaves in the exact same way. The light from the galaxies is red because it is being stretched, and it is being stretched because the galaxies are moving away from us. They are fleeing into the dark, drifting further and further apart with every passing second. In this quiet observatory, the realization dawns that the universe is not a static painting, but a moving picture. It is expanding. Imagine the universe not as a fixed room, but as a vast, dark balloon that is slowly being inflated. As the surface stretches, every point on it moves away from every other point. There is a profound sense of relaxation in this idea, the concept of the great expansion.
It means that the universe is getting roomier, less crowded, more open. The tension of the cosmos is releasing as it breathes out into the void. This expansion is not chaotic. It is a uniform, majestic drift, a slow unfolding of space itself. We often call the beginning of this process the Big Bang, but tonight, let us not think of it as a loud, violent explosion. Instead, visualize it as a blossoming. Think of a tight, dense bud of a flower, holding all the energy and matter of existence within its petals. Then, in a moment of silent grace, the bud begins to open, unfolding petal after petal, stretching outward to create the space and time we live in today. It is a blooming of reality,
a gentle, inevitable growth that pushes the boundaries of the nothingness further and further back. As the universe expands, it does something that is deeply comforting to the tired mind. It cools down. When space was small and tight, it was hot and frantic, filled with the energy of creation. But as it grows, that energy is spread out over vast distances, becoming thinner, quieter, and cooler. The universe is relaxing from a fever into a comfortable rest. You can feel this cooling sensation in the air around you, a mirror of the cosmic temperature dropping. The great expansion means that the universe is moving toward a state of perfect stillness and cold, a long, peaceful sleep that will last for eternity. The galaxies are like leaves floating on a widening river, carried along by the current of space, drifting apart not out of loneliness, but out of a need for peace. The space between the stars is growing, creating more silence, more room for you to dream. Hubble's discovery tells us that we are part of a dynamic, living cosmos, one that is still growing, still changing, still stretching its limbs after a long slumber. The red light of the distant galaxies is a lantern signal from the past, telling us that they are leaving, receding into the deep mystery of the horizon. There is no need to chase them, no need to worry about their departure, for this is the natural order of things. Things move apart to create space, and space is what we need to rest. The heavy machinery of the telescope clicks softly, a metronome keeping time with the expansion. You feel the earth beneath you, a tiny raft in this expanding ocean, safe and secure while the tide goes out. The concept of the universe getting bigger is a release, a permission to let your own mind expand, to let your thoughts drift further and further apart until there is nothing left but the quiet space between them.
The anxiety of the day, the clutter of the mind, is like the dense heat of the early universe. But now, as you lie in bed, you are entering your own era of expansion. You are letting the tightness go, letting the stress stretch out until it becomes thin and disappears. The redshift is the color of sleep, the color of the embers in a dying fire, warm and low. Edwin Hubble gazes into the eyepiece, watching the universe run away, and he does not feel fear, he feels awe. He sees a cosmos that is majestic in its scale, terrifying in its speed, but beautiful in its consistency. The laws of physics are the same everywhere, holding the expanding fabric together so it does not tear. You are woven into this fabric, a part of the great unfolding. As the universe grows, it becomes quieter, the noise of the stars diluted by the sheer volume of the void. This silence is what you hear now, the sound of space growing, the sound of the distance increasing. It is a hush that covers everything, a blanket of nothingness that wraps around the galaxies and around you. The cold air of the California mountain feels fresh and clean, clearing the mind, preparing it for the drift. The great expansion is a journey without a destination, a voyage into the infinite that requires no effort, only surrender. You are drifting along with the galaxies, moving away from the center, moving toward the quiet edges of sleep. The universe is breathing out, a long, slow exhalation that has lasted for billions of years, and you are riding on that breath. Let the expansion carry you. Let the redness of the distant light soothe your eyes, and let the cooling of the cosmos bring a chill to the air that makes your blanket feel even warmer. You are safe in the drift, safe in the growing dark, part of a story that is getting bigger and quieter with every beat of your heart.
We have journeyed through the realm of light, witnessing the birth of stars and the majestic expansion of the galaxies. But now we must close our eyes to the visible world and open our minds to the greatest secret of them all. We are stepping off the edge of the map, leaving behind the things we can see and touch to float in the vast, silent ocean of the unknown. For decades, astronomers believed that what we saw in the telescope was everything there was: the stars, the gas, the dust, the planets. They thought this sparkling jewelry was the entirety of the cosmos. But as they watched the great spiral galaxies spinning in the dark, they noticed something strange, something that defied the laws of physics as we knew them. The galaxies were spinning too fast, moving with such speed that they should have flown apart, flinging their stars out into the emptiness like water from a spinning wheel. But they did not fly apart. They held together, maintaining their beautiful spiral shapes as if they were being held by an invisible hand. This is where we encounter the invisible tapestry, the mysterious substance we call dark matter. It is a ghost in the machine of the universe, a presence we cannot see, cannot photograph, and cannot touch, yet we know it is there because of its gravity. Imagine you are walking through a dark room and you feel the heavy warmth of a thick velvet curtain brushing against your skin. You cannot see the fabric, but you know it is real. You know it is there. That is dark matter. It is the invisible scaffolding of the universe, a vast web of gravity that crisscrosses the cosmos, catching the galaxies in its net and holding them safe. There is a deep primal comfort in this idea, the knowledge that there is something out there holding us together, something stronger than the chaos of the void. We are not just drifting aimlessly, we are cradled in the arms of this invisible giant. It creates a sense of safety, a feeling that the universe is structured and supported by forces we do not need to understand to enjoy. As you lie in your bed, imagine that this dark matter is like the mattress beneath you, firm and supportive, unseen but essential, holding you up while you rest. But the mystery deepens, for there is another force at work in the shadows, a force that is not pulling things together, but gently pushing them apart. We call this dark energy. If dark matter is the earth, then dark energy is the wind, a subtle, pervasive pressure that fills every inch of empty space.
It is the energy of the vacuum itself, the breath of the cosmos pushing the galaxies away from each other, driving the great expansion we spoke of earlier. It is not a violent push, it is a smooth, relentless tide that swells across the universe, creating more space, more silence, more room to breathe. The interplay between these two invisible forces, the pull of dark matter and the push of dark energy, creates the tension and the balance of reality. It is a cosmic dance of holding on and letting go, a rhythm that mimics the beating of your own heart. And here is the most profound realization of all, the fact that creates the deepest sense of wonder. When scientists do the math, they realize that everything we can see, every star, every planet, every gas cloud, and every human being makes up only 5% of the universe. Just 5%. The other 95% is this invisible ocean of dark matter and dark energy. We are merely the foam on the waves of a deep, dark sea. Some might find this thought frightening, but tonight we choose to find it incredibly soothing. It means that we are not required to know everything. It means that the universe is vast beyond our comprehension, a place where mystery is the norm, not the exception. It lifts the burden of needing to explain everything, allowing us to simply exist in the midst of the great unknown. There is a freedom in being small, a peace in being a passenger on a vessel steered by forces we cannot see. The invisible tapestry is wrapped around us, a blanket of gravity and energy that keeps the universe from unraveling. You can feel the presence of this 95% in the quiet of the room, in the darkness behind your closed eyelids.
It is a friendly darkness, a rich, fertile void that is full of potential. The scientists call it the missing mass, but it is not missing, it is just hiding, playing a game of cosmic hide and seek that has lasted for billions of years. It reminds us that there is always more to dream about, always more to discover.
If we knew everything, the magic would be gone. But the universe keeps its secrets, tucking them away in the folds of the invisible tapestry. This unknown reality is not empty, it is heavy with existence, a silent hum that vibrates through the vacuum. You are part of this mystery, your atoms floating in the sea of the unseen. The dark matter flows through the earth, through the walls, through you, interacting with nothing, a phantom wind that passes without a trace. It is the ultimate ghost story, but one without fear, only awe. The universe is a house with many rooms, and we are only in the foyer, gazing into the dimly lit halls of the rest of the mansion. The rest of the house is dark, quiet, and safe, waiting for us to explore in our dreams. You feel the weight of this invisible universe pressing down gently, a cosmic hug that encompasses everything. The balance between the pull of gravity and the push of expansion is perfect, a delicate equilibrium that allows life to exist, that allows you to sleep. You trust the floor to hold you, you trust the roof to shelter you, and tonight you can trust the dark matter to hold the galaxy together. It has not failed in 14 billion years, and it will not fail tonight. The unseen is not to be feared, it is to be embraced. It is the silence between the notes of a song, the space between the words of a story. The invisible tapestry weaves the stars into a pattern, creates the structure of the night, and wraps you in a cocoon of cosmic mystery. You are safe in the 95%, safe in the vast, dark ocean of the universe. Let your mind drift on these invisible currents, floating weightless in the mystery, supported by the unseen hands of the cosmos. The light is beautiful, but the dark is where we rest. The dark is where we recharge, and the dark is full of wonders we have yet to name. As you sink deeper into sleep, you let go of the need to see, the need to know, and simply accept the comfort of the invisible, the embrace of the great, silent tapestry that covers us all.
And now we gently descend from the vast invisible ocean of dark matter and energy, floating down from the high peaks of the galaxies, drifting past the silent nebulae and the burning stars, until we find ourselves back where we began, returning to the sanctuary of the Victorian Observatory on the quiet hill. You can feel the solid wood of the floor beneath the heavy velvet chair. You can smell the faint, comforting scent of old paper and cooling iron, and you can sense that the fire in the small stove has burned down to a soft bed of glowing embers, casting a warm and dim light across the room. The journey through the mysteries of our universe is complete for tonight, and your mind, filled with the wonders of the cosmos, is ready to rest. You are safe here, enclosed within these stone walls, protected by the roof that has now been cranked shut, sealing out the cold night air, but keeping the memory of the stars inside with you. As you settle deeper into the cushions, letting your body become heavy and limp, we turn our attention to the final mystery, the one that is happening right now, right here, the mystery of the spinning Earth. We often forget that we are in motion, that the ground beneath us is not still, but is part of a great planetary vessel sailing through the void. The science of this motion is the ultimate lullaby, a rhythmic rocking that has been soothing life on this planet for billions of years. Imagine the Earth rotating on its axis, a massive sphere of rock and water, turning with a smooth, majestic consistency that never falters. This is the conservation of angular momentum, a law of physics that ensures the world keeps spinning day after day, night after night. You are riding on this carousel, moving at a speed of 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, yet the motion is so perfect, so frictionless, that you feel nothing but a profound stillness. It is the stillness of a baby in a cradle, being rocked by the steady hand of gravity. Let this knowledge sink into your muscles, letting them relax completely. You do not need to hold yourself up. The Earth is holding you. The centrifugal force of the spin is balanced perfectly by the pull of gravity, creating a sweet spot of existence where you can just be. The rotation is bringing the dawn, slowly, inevitably, but the sun is still far away on the other side of the world, shining on distant oceans and waking distant cities. For you, here and now, there is only the shadow. The night is the shadow of the Earth itself, cast out into space, and you are resting comfortably within it.
This shadow is not a place of fear. It is a blanket, a shield that blocks the harsh brilliance of the star so that you can recharge. You feel the deep peace of the cosmos settling over you like a fine dust, the realization that you are small, yes, incredibly small, against the backdrop of the infinite, but you are also significant. You are the universe becoming conscious of itself. You are the way the cosmos wonders, the way it dreams. The atoms in your brain that are thinking these thoughts were forged in the stars we visited. The iron in your blood was made in the supernova. The water in your cells came from ancient comets. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe, wrapped in skin and resting in a chair. This connection creates a loop of infinite belonging. You belong to the night. You belong to the stars. The telescope in the center of the room stands silent now, its brass tube pointing downward, its work done. It is a sentinel that watches over you, a symbol of the human quest to know. But even the telescope needs to rest. The lens cap is on, the eye is closed, just as your eyes are closing now. We are going to perform a final scan of the body, integrating the vastness of space with the heaviness of your limbs. Start with your feet. Feel them resting on the floor or the bed, heavy and still. Imagine they are anchored to the core of the planet by the invisible threads of gravity we spoke of earlier. Let that heaviness travel up your legs, relaxing the calves, the knees, the thighs. They are becoming as heavy as lead, as dense as the core of a star, sinking into the mattress. Move your attention to your hands, resting in your lap or by your sides. They have done enough work for today. Let them unclench. Let the fingers curl naturally. Let them be as still as the stones on the moon. Feel the tension leaving your shoulders, dissolving like a gas cloud in the wind, drifting away into the upper atmosphere. Your neck is loose, your head is supported, there is no need to hold it up. And now, bring your attention to your eyes. Your eyelids are the heavy curtains of the observatory, closing to shut out the light. They feel weighted, pleasantly heavy, as if a gentle force is pressing them down.
Behind your eyes, the screen of your mind is dark and peaceful, a personal planetarium where the stars have dimmed to a soft glow. You are drifting into the event horizon of sleep, crossing the boundary where the noise of the world cannot follow you. The rotation of the Earth is your rocking chair. The expansion of the universe is your breath. Inhale slowly, imagining the cosmos expanding, creating space, creating peace. Exhale slowly, imagining the stars settling, the dust clearing, the silence deepening. The universe is cooling, quieting, slowing down. Your heart rate slows to match the rhythm of the spheres, a slow, steady drumbeat
that echoes the pulse of creation. You are drifting further and further away from the observatory, floating out into the velvet blackness of your own dreams. The mysteries we explored tonight are no longer questions to be solved. They are bedtime stories, tales of light and gravity that weave together to form a safety net for your mind. You are drifting on the river of time, carried by the current of the great expansion. The dark matter holds you together. The dark energy gives you space. The stars watch over you. The black holes keep the silence. Everything is in its place. Everything is working according to the laws of nature. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to control. The universe has been handling this for 14 billion years, and it will handle the night for you. You are free to let go. You are free to sleep. The lullaby is infinite because the motion is eternal. Round and round the earth goes, smooth and silent. Round and round the galaxy turns, majestic and slow. And down, down, down you drift into the deepest, warmest, safest sleep imaginable. The dawn will come when it comes, but for now, the night is yours. The stars are yours. The silence is yours. Sleep now, traveler of the cosmos. Sleep now, child of the stars. The universe is singing you a song of silence, a song of peace, a song of deep, dreamless rest. Good night to the stars. Good night to the moon. Good night to the galaxies. And good night to you.